Good evening, gamers, and welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. My name is Mikey, and thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing good. Mike. Hello. Yes, Mike. Oh, it's on. It's on. What's up with it? Don't tell me it's broken. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. My name's Mikey. We got some stuff to talk about today. We've had the LGT. Well, actually, we've still got the LGT. I've actually got my second monitor. All right. There's still 20 minutes left of the LGT. There is still 20 minutes left of the LGT. So I am going to be talking about the drama of the LGT. I'm catching up with all of the drama about the LGT. Something pretty big happened on stream, which I thought was going to be interesting to talk about. But there is currently no winner. If you can ask me who won the LGT, currently no one. Liam Vessel is currently playing Brian Seep or Sape. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But the final, Liam won last year. So it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. No LGT winner makes a mess of Meta Monday. Yeah, Meta Monday's dead. Has he even done anything today? Has he even done anything? I doubt it. The short prints won in my heart. Yeah, I'm gutted for Alex. I was rooting for Alex. I was just like, God damn, bro. God damn, you were so close to greatness. But it's a rough matchup. It's a really rough matchup. Awesome big game video earlier. Thank you. I'm trying to make sure my chat's working. It is. It is working. Watch this. Bam. If you haven't seen my video earlier, I was super chuffed. But here's Big Gabe. Oh, yeah, baby. This is what I've been working on last week with the new 3D printer, as you can see. I'm so chuffed with him. The only thing I think, he's leaning back a bit too far. I put his legs on, and I stuck his body on, and then I put him on the base. I was like, maybe that's a bad idea. So he leans back quite. That's a better angle of him. But actually, flat on the table is like, he's got a far leaning back. Did everyone see the little Easter egg? Did you see the little Easter egg? Did you see it? Oh, that's it for my zoom there. Can you see? The little controller? Because I was like, he's from a video game. He's from a video game. So he's got a game controller. No one's left a comment yet. And if you go to the video and leave a comment saying, oh my god, there's a game controller, I will be mad. But for the people who did see, well done. I don't get it. It's Gabriel Angelos, you know, from the video games. So he's got a game controller. And okay, I know it's a fucking an RTS. You don't use a game controller, but the point stands. The point stands because Game Master Games has some old controller bits. Really fun. What I did realise is I should have just put him on a 60mm base. Okay, because look at the height difference. There's almost none. There's almost none. I'm like, maybe I should have left his bolters in and said that was the bolter from the Hand of Dominion and just used him as a Gulliman proxy. You know, there's like hardly any. I think he's chunky. He's like, you know, it's like, I think he's he's wider than Gulliman. Or maybe not, because of the hand. But I was like, I could have used him as a Gulliman proxy. That'd been really good. That'd have been really cool, actually. But his only concept art, he didn't make it into the video game. True. But he's video game concept art, so he can be a controller. I also recently repainted my Gulliman face. I forgot when I dug him out earlier. Look at that face. Look at that face now. Isn't that one of the best faces you've ever seen? Isn't that one of the best faces you've ever seen painted? If you've ever seen the old one, brother. Brother. Look at that face now. Right, okay. Picture this, okay? Take a picture. Take a screenshot. Okay, take a screenshot of that face. You would say, if you had to give it out of 10, 6 maybe? Maybe 6 out of 10. I would take that. I'd be like, you know what? That's a really good score. That's a really good score. Can I find a picture of my old one? Hellstormwargaming, man. He was so bad. He's so bad. What did I call him? I called him something. He'd be like, yeah, it's like video game. I can't remember. Blood Ravens, Gulliman. God, there's loads. None of these are mine. There's loads. Not one of these are mine. What the fuck? I've definitely used them in battle reports before, so I could probably just pull up an old battle report. Yo, Jamarty, thanks for the 31 months. Did you see the Magic the Gathering drama? I haven't actually, no. If there's drama in Magic the Gathering, you gotta come tell me. SEO master, I know, my SEO is bad. It's because I haven't used them in years, to be fair. What I could do, 9th edition. 9th edition battle report. It's there. Found it. Jabartin, thank you for the gifted, bud. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it, buddy. I need to set the giveaway goal. I've completely forgot to do that. Oh, the lists. The list. Oh, God. Oh, God. All this to show you that my paint jobs were really bad. His workshop have been awesome. It's old points, so you probably... Where is he? There is lots of new units for me. And there's some units for you. This is an homage. How did I not close in on the fucking Gulliman? Did I have the Gulliman in this list? I'm so sure I did. Look at us there. Look at us there. How cute. How cute, chat. Chilling and grilling, having the best time. Did I have Gulliman in this list? He's there. Give me the close-up of G-Man. Mikey, do your job properly. Did I not do it? I did. No, I didn't. I didn't even do a close-up. The face was that bad. It was bad. It's bad. Jamati Stock Gifted is save your money for the private WhatsApp chat. You should join the private WhatsApp chat. If you didn't know, chat, we have a parasocial gang. Okay. We have a parasocial gang. And it's where I do some private talking. I show behind the scenes. People have been seeing the Gabriel Angelo's video for the past week or so. So if you haven't already, make sure to check it out. Hellstorm G Girly Man. I called it something stupid, and that's why I can't find a picture of it. I didn't call it Gilliman. I called it something else. Anyway, I went back and painted it, and I was very proud. That's what I was trying to say. That's why I do helmets. Yeah, but you can just repaint it like 5 years later. You know? Don't WhatsApp me, Martin. I've blocked you. You're not in the parasocial club. That Gabriel Angelo's video was solid. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Really appreciate it, buddy. I'm really happy with the video. I'm gutted. I wanted to paint him as well. I just didn't have the time. But I do really like it. I think he's sick. Was it like Red Booty? Yeah, but he's like, I gave him a silly name on Reddit. Red Booty. Hellstorm Red Booty. This is not anything that I want to see. This is not available. Shouldn't be sharing this on stream, that's for sure. It'd be nice if I just had a picture available, but I just don't. I just don't have a picture handy. Anyway, never mind. Never mind. Could have at least sprayed it with Reliquary Red. I know. But I didn't want... Because I was going to spray him, but I also wanted to show off all the 3D printed parts in the finale. And then it's just been horrible weather. I've been laughing at everyone. Like, flooding, what's going on? And now we've got it. So it's been awful weather past few days. I think the game's done. I think the game's done. I'm just trying to work out who's won.
Back to back.
Liam won.
Time.
Like I think if I only
LGT champion.
Liam won the LGT. There you go.
AFC, right? Yeah, you did also roll quite well, or I rolled quite well. Something happened.
Don't kill me that.
Okay.
We literally
fine,
just
yeah.
we just clicked off and we clicked back on, and Liam just won.
And I guess maybe I should just.
Well done to Liam. Congratulations, bud.
Saved me for like the last turn.
The double, the three-time champion technically, because he won the LGT last year. He just won the fucking state of this. Nothing there. He won the LGT last year. He also won the Invitational this weekend and won the main event. So, well done, Liam. Congrats. The lists are just fucking weird in the top 8. Desperately in need of a new Gabriel Angelos. I have the 4-draw one and it's so out of scale. I don't think they're going to be making a new one anytime soon. I don't think they'll be making a new Gabriel Angelos model anytime soon. I don't think the first one sold very well. The drama rise, what's it going to be? The silly rules that the TO's in about the Green Knight and Vortex spells, or the fact that Dr. Blacksil won, and now you have to say hello punks every game. Did that guy actually win? That guy who makes some weird videos. But Total War 3 did so well. I wish Total War 3 did well. Now we got some drama to talk about. We got a little bit of drama to talk about regarding the LGT, not regarding the game we've just watched. That very guy, that guy in the leather jacket who thinks it's 1980 still, he won. That's crazy. Are the new Colour Forge sprays available yet? Yes, they are at certain stores. But I've been sharing them over on Twitter. As you can see, I've been winding Varrock up and he's been winding me up. He covered me up. He covered up my card, or somebody did. Somebody covered up my card with Valrax. Look, I've been Mike Wazowski'd. I've been Mike Wazowski'd. But yes, my colour, my spray, my Reliquary Red is available in all participating stores who backed the Kickstarter, because basically, if you backed the Kickstarter as a retailer, you got the sprays as well, and it looks like people are starting to get them, and also backers are starting to get them as well. Yo, Mercenary, thanks for the 5 gifted, dude. You do owe me. You owe me big. You owe me big. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Look, if you haven't already, join the Discord, Discord, and if you want to support the channel, now's the time. Oh my god, I've just had a 300 member drop. Holy shit. Holy shit, we've just lost 300 members. Chat's over. Chat's over. I fell off. Chat, we just lost 300 members. Oh my god. I've actually fell off. That's actually, I just fell off, bro. 300, hold my beer. Brother, hold that L. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fold that L. It was at 860, and I was like, I'm not gonna ask for loads of members. We've got plenty. Then I'll get your mum's credit card out. Yeah, that's true. Definitely, you haven't gifted in like at least half an hour. That's crazy. I'm actually fell off. You know what, guys? It's over. My career's over now. Career's over. It's fine. Meso, thanks for the 17 months. Appreciate you. We all agree Steve needs to start donating more. Steve, you haven't donated in at least 15 minutes during this stream. Just to start randomly calling people out. But yeah, if your local hobby store or hobby store that you use back to the Kickstarter for Colourforge, you now have a local store that sells the paint. Mine came last week. I don't know if you saw. Look, I'll show you. We've got as you can see.
Trays have arrived.
Got all mine.
Hellstorm Reliquary Red.
Can't gift it on the phone.
Beautiful.
Get to the computer right now.
Tabletop Tactics Ashen Grey.
Look at that.
We've got
Dead Animal Bits, very nice colour.
The Wargamer.
Love that.
We've got
Siege Armour.
Siege Armour by C Studios.
I feel like that's going to be so good for the right project, but I feel like I don't know what the right project is.
We've got Peachy
Peach,
by
let's
Peach.
go.
Beautiful. We've got Midwinter Ice.
That's a gorgeous colour. I'm very excited to use Midwinter Ice.
We've got... Oh, I don't need that one.
That's why he's so mad. He's so mad because of that split second. He's so angry because of just that. But you have to have a career to begin with for it to end. That's true. Well, my career is dead now. Because I just lost 300 members. Right, chat, we're going to have to get the members. I'll put the member goal down, but it can't go down too much. Can't go down too much. Maybe we can pop over 10. Pop over 600 tonight. That'd be cool. Fuck, I fell off so hard. Remember we had nearly 1,000? We were so close. Remember we had nearly 1,000? Never again. 597 target. And Mia 300 subs to get the marble race. I'm doing 2 marbles races today as well. Because we didn't do one last Wednesday, which I still owe. So I'm going to be doing 2 marbles races, but we have to hit the first one. We have to hit at least the first goal. If not, no marbles. No marbles whatsoever. I knew you were going to throw it in the bin even before it was on screen. I mean, it was a given, right? It was a given. Dadbod, thanks for the gifted. Thanks for the gifted. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the 5. Look at that. We're nearly there. We're over 600 again. Very healthy. Yeah, we're going to be talking about Gaylord's game. Talking a little bit about that. And some other stuff that happened last week, which I think ties in really nicely. You should click that bit and spam it in Valrak's chat. He would fucking love that, to be fair. He would love that. He was so mad. He was so angry at that. It was funny. I gave my trading cards to my daughter. She immediately put them in order of favorites, and you ranked 6th on her list, behind Valrak. Bam, just disown the child, right? No one will be mad, you know? Maybe your missus will be. Just disown it. Yo, Papaya, thank you for the 10, dude. Thank you so much for the 10. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, mate. You're very, very kind. Be like Papaya Pariah. Be like all of these wonderful people gifting, such as Dadbod, such as Mercenary, such as Jamartin, and gift a membership and help out the channel because it helps make awesome content like what we just saw today. That very cool Gabriel Angelos conversion that you should go watch. I really appreciate it. I've got some other cool videos lined up that are all getting worked on all at once, so it's very exciting. Okay, very exciting. So support the channel if you haven't already. If you can't afford it, I get it. Like the stream, that's free. There's 400 people and 14 likes. Cringe. What's going on here? I was the first. Yo, Big C, thanks for the gifted, dude. Thank you. I was the first stream gamer LGT main event. I deployed 11 cultists in my squad of 10. Can you please cancel me? You have the reach. I can make a whole video on you if you want. How 40k players are fucking dumb. Any publicity is good publicity. Not unless you're a cheater in the game that you're trying to be big in. I came for the dramas. All right, well, let's talk about the drama then, because that's what you're all here for. So before going to the drama, this is not an attack on anyone involved in the situation. I just think it's a very interesting situation when we look back to what Games Workshop are saying about said situation at the same time. It's almost like it all lines up perfectly. It all lines up perfectly. Because there was a situation at the LGT, which is finished literally 4 minutes ago. But yesterday, there was a game between two people. I'll call David and Kian, or Ash for nickname. Now, again, this isn't an attack on them. This is nothing on them. This is just merely me analysing the situation. Because I feel like the problem is obviously like failing to prepare is preparing to fail type vibe. And they were left in a bit of a shit situation. And the outcome was really poo. Okay, really poo. But there was an interesting thing from Games Workshop last week regarding a similar situation, and I thought it tied in really well. Because, chat, don't you think chess clocks are really bad? Don't you think chess clocks are just bad? Now, if you play chess clocks are great, okay? If you play chess specifically, they're really good because it's called a chess clock because it's designed for chess. But what it's not designed for is playing Warhammer. Whether this is 40k or Age of Sigmar, it doesn't really matter at this point. Chess clocks are really, really bad. According to Games Workshop, chess clocks are awful and inappropriate for the game. Specifically, Age of Sigmar is the evidence we've got. But just generally, just the game of Warhammer, terrible. Okay. What is a chess clock? Is it like a split time device? Yes, exactly. That's what we're going to be talking about. I obviously know that Rob made a video about this a few days ago. I'm jumping on the same trend as well. But I do feel like I've got a lot to add to the conversation, especially with this situation that we've got on camera as well. A chess clock killed James Workshop's parents. It's not stealing content. It's adding to the conversation. Okay. Because maybe Games Workshop are right about split time devices. Okay. Because this happened on the Wargames live stream with these two players where they both ran out of time.
On the clowns?
Yeah, David has 40 seconds left. Looks like Ash just ran out of time.
So to catch you up in this situation is both players are playing a normal game. They were not exactly playing like super slow. I don't know if there's any allegations of one person slow playing the other person or what. But they were coming up to time, so a TO put them on a chess clock for like the last 5 minutes, and or 5 minutes each. And obviously they didn't have enough time to finish the game, which meant that one person got the top of turn 4, as you can see. I believe it's a Sisters of Battle player. Again, this is no attack on the people involved. It's merely analysing the situation, okay? We're just looking as onlookers, talking about what happened, not necessarily about either player or the TOs or even the event, because I don't really care to talk about that either. I'm talking about this situation. So the Sisters of Battle player, he's obviously on the top of turn 4. They're playing their turn. They're out of time. But also the Imperial Guard player only has 40 seconds left on the clock. So there's obviously no time to play another turn. Never mind a whole new battle round, okay?
Let's engage, good. And extend battle lines.
Put it on me. I'll go to 1. I'll get a 4. Sorry, I needed a combat here.
So even though they've got 40 seconds on the clock, David is moving over to his next turn.
They had a clock put on them, I think at the end of 3 there.
Just play like one more play. Just give us a couple minutes here, and we'll finish up.
You just want to finish this round combat?
I mean, I'm obviously going to score like... Yeah. I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to score 40 primary guaranteed, so...
Okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4.
On the
yeah. AP1.
Isn't it kind of awkward there's a camera lined up on the outside of the bathroom, though? Anyway, I just noticed that. It's funny that the camera is just pointing at the fucking bathroom. And so, surely that's weird. Surely that's a yikes, you know? Surely that's a bit of a yikes.
Save. it.
By the way, big props to Ash for like not trying to be a gamey with the clock here and say, "Oh, I'm ahead right now, so I'm gonna start."
Staying here, right?
You know,
I pulled out combat.
Yeah, yeah.
taking
Real Doctor disrespect moment, true.
extra time and being a dick about the clock stuff.
My sentinel.
Yeah, I get swing at you, but
Clearly, she's not doing that. She's trying to.
We just got a full shot of innings. Full shot of innings, putting his belt up. Jesus. Look, if I'm just watching, it doesn't count, okay? But look, out of the disabled, out of the disabled, out of the gents,
Clearly, she's not
solid
doing that.
in his
She's
belt do
trying
up.
to do as best as she can.
He didn't fly though, he did it slick.
take lethal, swing at the center.
But obviously, we're not here just to watch outside the bathroom. We are watching the game, we're watching the
No,
situation.
yeah,
So basically, both players are out of time, but one person's had an extra turn,
I'm
okay?
on 7, right? Like, just I'm happy to put me to 2 or something.
Okay.
The problem is with like scrubbing a fucking 10-hour live stream is you have to watch a little bit more than we need to.
I need to go into my 4 and then my 5.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, Liam won already.
Yeah.
I know.
So basically what's happening is obviously the judge, which is, again, I'm not criticizing the judge. They're in a situation. The players are in a situation. I'm talking about the said situation. The judge come over and said there's no time. You can't keep playing, okay? And obviously the game looks relatively far apart. It's actually 21-54 to the sisters player. But the Gal player is playing a secret mission. And I don't know which secret mission they're playing. I've not watched the full game. I've just watched like the important parts. But I don't know what the secret mission is, but it's probably like a guaranteed secret mission that they're going to be able to get. I think they've taken like kill all the battle line maybe, or something else. Either way, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter. Sorry.
Okay.
And this is the.
You might kill me.
So I think this is the judge
Yeah, these are
checking
four,
when
yeah.
secret missions are scored, and obviously if they go you can't move any models, then the secret mission will fail.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, sure, you kill me. Sure. Cool.
I don't like the conversation. I don't know what they're doing. No, I'm saying like, I'm not fucking scrubbing. Because if I scrub, I'll miss stuff.
That's all good.
Rotate, slap the bogren.
Sure, no problem.
I don't know
So
what
I'll
secret
score
mission
4
is.
for there.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Can we just?
Oh,
Okay.
I get 2 more for buttons, alright?
Let's just have a chat. Like, how
Yeah.
do you? Obviously, we're out of time.
Can't shut it out now. It's time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm in service.
You got you.
So obviously the players are out of time. David wanted to kind of work out, be like, you know, I've obviously got a secret mission that's going to auto score, so I can obviously go and get that. That'll give me a fat 20 points. I'm going to draw 2 cards. They're going to be obvious. And obviously the judges said, no, you can't do that because even though the chess clock wasn't there at the start of the game, you're on the chess clock and you've run out. So that's it.
You had your this one should have been your draws. You should have.
And obviously the sisters players just trying to work out what the score would be at this point, but obviously not being able to talk it out, which, you know, I do think talking out games is a bit cringe. But not being able to talk out the game is obviously frustrating as a player if you've run out of time and you have had a chess clock put on you because you aren't going to be able to finish the game, you know?
Secure.
Don't be scoring any more rounds.
No. This is his round 4 score.
Right, round 4 score, right?
Yeah. You would have secure.
Yeah,
Yes, you get
obviously.
secured. You'll get primary on 1, 2, so that's 8.
I'll obviously redraw Mark for death, mate.
Yeah. You do get a 5 for secure.
Sabotage I can do with just a.
You can just do a Bulgren.
Let's not comment on the people at all. Let's not comment on the people involved. Again, we're just watching the situation,
Whatever.
you know?
So 3.
The ref's there to do a job, right? Whether you agree with it or not, there's a time, they've got a round to finish and a new round to start. Even if I don't agree with it, which, you know, I would handle this situation slightly differently, but I'm not that judge. I'm not at this event. I'm not critiquing them personally or anything like that. They're doing their job. They're doing as they've been instructed. And that's not what we're critiquing. What we're critiquing is the situation as a whole, right?
Unsatisfying end to this
I
game.
guarantee you I'm going to get 20 primary because I just have to get my 10 catachans into your diplomacy.
I know.
You won't be able to.
I mean,
I know.
it's your choice. No, it's your choice what you want to do.
David, you can't score it. The time's right up on my
Man,
face.
I hate so much this time.
I am. No, trust me, I'm pissed off.
No, it's fine, but like, I thought we agreed on the clock before, and that's why.
Yeah, because we did.
We agreed on the clock.
So obviously the judge put them on the clock because they weren't going to be finishing the game. Okay, so basically the long and short of it is they started the game. They were playing pretty jovially. The game went pretty fine. It got pretty close to the end of time, so the judge put them on a clock on like turn 3. And then when it came to it, they couldn't play turn 4 because they spent so long playing turn 3. Turn 3, in my opinion, is one of the longest turns. And then it all just falls into place, I think. Because obviously turn 1, turn 2, you're kind of like moving into position, starting to do some shooting. Turn 3 is when shit hits the fan, you know. But what essentially happened is the Imperial Guard player lost because they ran out of time. The Sisters player also ran out of time, but because they were up on the score at that point, neither player could score any more points, neither player could play the rest of the game. Because of how a chess clock works, is you've got no time, you can only roll saves. And if neither of you got time, the game ends immediately. Because the chess clock rules were wrote by Frontline Gaming a long time ago, and they've kind of been adopted by pretty much every event these days, because Warhammer takes a long time, and one person can bring like a ton of models and one person can bring next to no models, and it can feel unfair if one person is taking more time than the other. Now in this situation in particular, the Sisters player kind of went, well actually I can't stay for the top 8 and I don't want to stay for the Shadow, and the Guard player probably should have won by the looks of it, so they actually forfeited the game and allowed the Guard player to win, which is like super commendable. They didn't have to do that. They were both on the clock and they're both punished by it, and they could have gone, well, the clock ran out, we both ran out of the clock, you could have managed your final few minutes like better, I could have managed my final few minutes better. But what actually happened in this situation is the Sister Battle player conceded, even though they technically won on a technicality because of the death clock. Okay, so the death clock being you've run out of time. You keep using the term chess clock, don't you mean split time device? Yes, I do. But overall, this is like a really bad situation because the game hasn't been fully resolved. It was obviously the System of Battle player who kind of went, you know what, this is fine, you know, I'm going to call it, which I think is very commendable of them, but I also don't think that's fair on them because they could have gone ahead and won that game, depending what cards were drawn next turn on either player, because neither of them know what cards were drawn on the last 3 turns. They conceded anyway, which is, again, very, very commendable. Now, the problem is that chess clocks as a thing, in my opinion, aren't good. But hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Because actually Games Workshop agree with me, but how they do things is even worse. Chess clocks are designed to split the time equally, okay? So it's a 3-hour round, and you have an hour and a half each, okay? But Games Workshop say that the idea of a chess clock is wrong. Obviously, these are the World Championships of Warhammer, which are happening in November, so just over, well, almost 2 months away still, because it's the end of November. But the game of Age of Sigmar is designed to be timed not by an even split of real-world time, but by an even number of battle rounds and player turns for each player. Thus, the default use of a split time device, aka a chess clock, okay, from the beginning of a game is not in keeping with the design intent of the rules, and thus inappropriate as a default way to measure and value game of Age of Sigmar. Now, I actually had a very similar rules pack given to me when I went to the World Championships for 40k last year. And this was like pretty much from the get-go is that Games Workshop don't want to use chess clocks. And yes, Mercenary Q, you are right. The Age of Sigmar semi-final was like 7. I think the semi-final and the final in both games were super long, but I think the final in particular was about 7 hours long. It was a very, very long game because neither player were put under pressure to play their time, right? So it was actually crazy. It was actually crazy because, like, that long for The players to play is just crazy. Obviously, it's very fatiguing for them. There's all of the judges that are watching the same game for 7 hours. Actually, crazy. There's all the other people waiting because they didn't do prizes until all the awards, all the games were done. And I was sat there for 7 hours watching fucking this game of Age of Sigmar, which, you know, I love both people involved, but Jesus fucking Christ, was it boring? All right, because we were told we could go for the awards and then come back for the awards after, because we can like go and let the final play and then come back. But by the time the game had finished, they kind of went, oh, actually the finals are nearly done, so wait around. And then we waited around for like 5 hours, you know. You know. But they say, as you can see, within the framework of a tournament or event, however, the real-world time is still a finite resource, and time and clock policies must be in place to ensure all games finish on time while adhering to a close representation as possible of the game's natural turn order. So they both admit and disagree that time is like a valuable asset within a game, but they say you shouldn't use a chess clock or time-splitting device, which is so funny. Which is so funny of Games Workshop to not want to use the word chess. They will use time split device rather than something that is universal, like worldwide known thing. They'll go, yeah, it's a time split device, not chess. It's clearly not a chess clock. All players are expected to attend with the confidence and readiness to complete their games within this 4-hour window. Because basically how the World Championships works, they're kind of like everybody's flying in, meeting new people. It's a really big event. So they're going to do like two games a day, and they're 4 hours each. Okay, which is really quite nice. But you are playing from Thursday to Sunday rather than like Friday to Sunday or just Saturday, Sunday. You're playing Thursday to Sunday, 2 games a day. And then if you're going to the top cut, I think you do 3 games on the Saturday, then 3 on the Sunday. And if you don't, you play like 3 or 4 games, and then you play 1 on the Sunday. You know? But we've established a set of benchmarks called milestones that work to ensure all games remain on time. Long game lengths, active judging milestone calls are expected to ensure the vast majority of games finish on time. As was the case of the majority of the games in 2023, forgetting about the 7-hour game that they had. Those games that fall behind were adjudicated with our clock policy, see below, if and when necessary to ensure that, at minimum, games will be clearly go far beyond milestones without intervention are provided with a fair portion of remaining time for each player, while still helping all games finish on time against the overall event schedule and pace of play, as detailed below. There are also accommodations in place should one player use a significant majority of prior to the initiation of a clock. So they admit that they will use, where is it? Games which will clearly go far beyond milestones without intervention are provided with a fair portion of remaining time to each player, so a chess clock, while still helping games to finish on time. But they talk about being fair, but they don't talk about like the rest of the game that one person may have taken loads of time compared. And they kind of go like, these are your milestones. You should be doing all of this within this time. This is how long it should take. 7-hour rounds for all stars. Chess is a big competition in the wargame market, clearly. Okay. It's just like the way they've like labeled all this is so dumb. The use of a split time clock, also referred to as a chess clock or death clock, and hereafter referred to simply as clock, at the WTC follows several criteria for use, guided by the key principle. Players themselves may at no point preemptively request or utilize a clock, even though they're used pretty much like worldwide. Chess clocks are used at pretty much every event, you know. Players are expected to cooperatively remain ahead of their milestones, contacting a judge proactively if they believe one person is causing their game to fall behind. I will say, usually, if you're playing a game, unless the person is actually just taking the piss and just stood there for 20 minutes not doing anything, if someone's playing the game, I wouldn't expect to like start like tracking how long they're taking for a turn. That just doesn't feel very normal. Only GW could afford each game to take 7 hours, and the hotel costs anyone create through. Any game that falls behind, judges may apply a clock to a game on a discretionary basis. So they admit they may have to use clocks to make games finish, but you're not allowed to preemptively use one. Because, and I think, obviously there's this fucking clock status, which is hilarious, which, if you haven't seen this, I'll go over it and then I'll give you my opinion, rather than, I'm jumping back and forth. I'll give you my opinion, I'll read this out to you, then I'll give you my opinion. So they may apply a clock if they think you may need one, but you're not allowed to start using one from the start. Any game that falls behind, yada yada, the particular use case may be overridden by a judge and or in concert with the head judge, see below. Whenever a clock is activated for a game, the time must be split by a judge or clock staff. Imagine being at a tournament and your job is clock. And the first activation of the time must be done by that staff member. Thereafter, both players are expected to actively manage their own time in alignment with the best practices and criteria outlined below. Should there be any issue with the clock or clock management at any time, please contact a judge for assistance. I don't understand why you'd write rules for using a clock, but then only allow judges to apply one, because what you're going to get is more situations like we've just seen with the Imperial Guard and the Sisters, right? You know, oh, well, you've taken the piss, so even though one person's taken 4 hours to play their game and you've taken only 30 minutes, you've both got 30 minutes to finish the game, 15 minutes each. Crack on. I'm Ken and I clock. Where is it? In case of games that are placed on a clock due to falling behind on milestones, an additional 20 minutes will also be added to the total round time, thus ensuring the game ends no later than 20 minutes beyond the end of the round. These 20 minutes will be split evenly, ensuring that players regain any perceived lost time due to what occurred prior to the clock being activated for the game. So if your opponent takes 3 hours to play their game and you've only had half an hour, they'll add 20 minutes. They'll get an extra 10, but you'll only get an extra 10 as well. Which is obviously just like really stupid. Now, the way the judge dealt with it at the LGT, I've actually had to do before, and it's never fun. It is never fun. But they're doing the same thing. It's never works because you don't know. You can't go like in a 3 hour round or 4 hour round. You can't go 2 hours 30 in. Right, you're still on turn 2. Whose fault is it? You know. That doesn't work, and it's not fair for either player or the judge having to do the thing. You know, it doesn't work whatsoever, and it's like really frustrating. If it started on chess clock at the start, they wouldn't have that situation. However, I do think there's an issue. In short, there is a clock status. In short, the number of times you trigger a clock due to missed milestones will be tracked by staff. Repeatedly triggering a clock will penalise your time, eventually against players who triggered significantly fewer clocks than you. Anytime a player is placed on a clock during the World Championships match, for any reason, their clock status will increase by +1. This is so funny. This entire section is so funny. For example, a clock status will immediately become clocked 1 upon activation of their first clock in a game. If, when 2 players are placed on a clock and their clock status... I feel like a chicken. Clock, clock, clock. When 2 players are placed on a clock and their clock status is increased by +1 each, and there is a difference of 2 between their respective statuses, the player with the lower status will receive 60% of the remaining game time, and the player with the higher status will receive 40% of the remaining game time. So what they're saying is, for layman's terms, okay, if you are given a clock because you can't keep up with the milestones, they'll take track of it, and you'll have a little thing next to your name called clocked 1. It's kind of like getting poison, right? Or clock status in the balance data slate. But if you have a degree of, if you get multiple, your clock status will increase and your opponent will get clock status. But if you are more than 2 ahead, so if you're clock 3 and they're clock 1, clock, it doesn't sound like a real word anymore. They'll get 60% of the remaining time, you know, which is very quickly been pointed out that if you play one model and you literally play 5 minutes per game, and your opponents take the piss because you've got one... You're playing a Warlord Titan. It takes you 3 seconds to play your turn. And they get really scared and play really slow, and you keep getting chess clocked. You're getting penalised for taking less time because your opponents keep playing slow. You know? If the difference is 3 or greater, the player with the lowest status will instead receive 65% of the remaining game time on the clock, and the player with the highest status will receive 35% of the remaining game time. And there's an example here, as you can see. Jim and John fall behind milestones with 1 total hour remaining in their game. John has triggered a clock in 1 game, clocked +1, and his opponent Jim has triggered a clock in 2 games, clock +2. They trigger a clock in their game, increasing John's status to clock +2 and Jim's to clock +3. Since the difference is only 1 between their status, time is split evenly, and each then gains plus 10 minutes per section 3.3.3.3 above. John and Jim begin the clock portion of their remaining game with 40 minutes left each. What about example 2, you ask? You want to hear me clock? If he walks like a chicken and clocks like a chicken, is he actually a chicken? John has not triggered clock in any games, clock +0, and his opponent Jim has triggered clock in 2 games, clock +2. They trigger a clock in their game, increasing John's clock status to clock +1 and Jim's clock status to clock +3. Since the difference is 2 clock between their statuses, John gains 60% of the remaining hour on the clock, and Jim gains only 40% on the clock. Then each game plus 10 minutes per section 3.3.3 on the clock. John begins the clock portion of the remaining game with 46 minutes on the clock, and Jim begins with 34 minutes clock. Oh, there's an example 3. John has not triggered a clock in any games, clock +0, and his opponent Jim has triggered a clock in 4 games, clock +4. They trigger clock in their game, increasing John's status to clock +1 and Jim's to clock +5. Since the difference of clock is 3 or more clocks, +3 clock, between their status, John gains 65% of the remaining hour on the clock, and Jim gains only 35% of the clock on his time, which is on a clock. Then each gains plus 10 minutes on the clock per section 3.3.3 above. John begins the clock's portion of their remaining game with 49 minutes on the clock, and Jim begins with 31 minutes on the clock. My clock is bigger than your clock. Mikey, you're rambling. I'm reading the screen. What are you talking about, rambling? Did the 9th edition rules team write this? No, it's all interesting, man. How many clocks does James Workshop need? The point being is Games Workshop don't like the idea of chess clocks, okay? Brian, thank you for the 22 months. Really appreciate you. Games Workshop don't like the idea of chess clocks because I think they're trying to avoid situations like this. You know, they don't want someone to travel all the way to Atlanta, Georgia, where there's literally nothing other than that bit where they filmed The Walking Dead. I think what they want to avoid is having someone go all that way and get death clocked. And obviously, being death clocked is like terrible. It's crap, okay? Having to give someone a clock is crap. Being on a clock is crap. And running out of time is crap. But obviously, I'm the perfect Warhammer player. I've never been clocked out, only by myself. James Workshop is threatening to clock you at tournaments. You rambled a bit long about this. Going to have to give you clock status +1, for fuck's sake. Clock me out, bro. 4-hour game is absolutely more than enough time. Yes, for sure. The problem is not...
At £5, how many clocks could a clock staffer clock if a clock staffer could clock clocks?
Fucking brilliant. Well done, mate. Well done. Well done, dude. Jake, thank you for the 21 months as well. We appreciate you, dude. Look, a lot of you are getting the point that clock status is dumb, okay? But the real problem is that you can't have 4-hour rounds per game. Because people already play 9 hours of Warhammer, sometimes have to play 12 hours if there's an extra round. But you can't make the rounds longer because, like, 3 hours a game in a single day, where you've got 3 games, is long enough. Okay, in terms of, that's a very long day. You usually start an event, okay, you start at like 9 or 10, you have an hour for lunch or whatever, and then you finish at like 8 o'clock. It's a long 8 o'clock clock. It's a long day, and you can't really make that day any longer, You know.
Chat £7.48.
Thanks to the 10.
Speaking of Atlanta, what color should I paint my Ambul?
You shouldn't paint the Amble, leave it at home. Ambles aren't real. Thanks to the 10. But I think the idea of splitting time is obviously beneficial to both players. So both players have all of the resources available are equally split. But I also understand Games Workshop's idea of the game isn't written with the idea of time in mind. But that is just such a stupid way to do it. What they're saying is they don't like the idea of someone getting death clocked. That's what they're saying. They're saying it a long way round. That's what they're saying, okay? Also, Nige, don't make me ban you. Brian, paint the Amble, Reliquary red, okay? But the problem is like, not using a clock, that's not the problem. Is that Warhammer takes too fucking long to play. I think we can all agree on this. That the real problem isn't chess clocks. It isn't milestones. It isn't anything like that. It's that Warhammer takes too long to play. It takes way too long. The armies are too big. The physical action of moving models takes too long. Having to roll dice with re-roll dice adds time. Having to discuss rules, having to make decisions. Warhammer is just too unwieldy of a game right now. And it has been forever. And the reason chess clocks are a thing is because, like, when you have a tournament and you have a schedule, you have to stick to it, you know? You can't be waiting hours and hours for a game to finish like what happened at the World Championships. But I also don't think that you should be hard dice down and if the players are clearly ready to, like, kind of go, you know, this game's kind of done, lads. We can kind of take it on the chin and we probably lost if we just work it out for a split second. I think that they are both extremes of a core problem of, like, the game takes too long to play. You know, people don't want to play smaller games. They don't want to play less than 2,000 points because that's been normalized. And Games Workshop is working very hard to balance the game at 2,000 points, you know. And I will say they are doing a pretty good job at balancing the game, you know. The game is starting to feel, I think 40k and Age of Sigmar is in a really good place, but 40k is obviously in a very good place. It's been on such a downer when it came out, and it eventually got picked back up. You know, it eventually felt more balanced, you know, and it is starting to feel really, really good. But the problem is by balancing, by using points about values, is that sometimes to make armies better, that they drop the points so you need more stuff, and it just inherently expands the game so much where you just need loads and loads of models, you've got loads and loads of rules to check, you've got loads and loads of things to remember and make decisions on, and you've got so many dice to roll. Now, I love okay. I've lost my train of thought because of a dumb comment. I disapprove of this content. Okay, well, why did you click on it then? Shut up. You've got so many dice to roll, and I love rolling dice. Okay, which is like, I love it. That's why I play Warhammer. Rolling dice is really fun. Okay, maybe I'm a gambler at heart, but I love gambling just on sixes and having no money involved. But the game just takes way too long to play, and that is leading to situations like we saw on stream, which is like shit for everybody involved, and it's leading to fucking clock status +3 from Games Workshop because they don't want to use a clock, but they don't have a system where games, if they don't finish in time, that just causes a problem for everyone, and the only system to do that is to eventually give you a chess clock, you know? I disapprove of grenades and unsolicited opinions. I know, that was just a dumb take. That's someone who saw the title, clicked on, and then was like, "Well, I hate that you're talking about this." When clearly they haven't listened to the fact that I think it's a really interesting conversation, because it's a conversation about chess clocks in general, rather than having any nuanced media literacy. Yeah. Because, again, the main problem is that Games Workshop don't think that you should split the time equally. And in my opinion, that is wrong. But that's not because I think chess clocks are the right thing. I think the game takes too long. you know? I disapprove of clock +1 straight to clock +5. Are the rounds not capped on time? Volix, that's the exact problem, you know? That's the exact problem of the whole thing, is that the rounds do have a capped time, you know? Like most events, Games Workshop is a little bit more lenient because they obviously make the game. They don't want to like have someone upset someone, because obviously they are a big company. The last thing they want is a judge of theirs to go over and say, actually mate, you're out of time, unlucky, you've lost, and upset them, you know? But the problem is I'm not sitting here saying chess clocks are the fix. Chess clocks are a bandage on a larger problem, you know? Chess clocks fix an issue of the game takes too long, so we have to split the time equally. Because I don't think the idea of a game is to split the time equally. You know, as dumb as it is to say, Games Workshop are right in the idea that the game isn't about splitting time equally, it's about playing the same amount of turns. But to play the same amount of turns, you both have to be playing at a certain speed to be able to finish, because games are too big, you know? But then the problem is if you kind of go, well, you know, there is no chess clock, you don't have to split the time equally, make sure you both play the equal amount of turns. The only way to have a fair game with the equal amount of turns is if you both play 5. But that doesn't happen because there isn't enough time to play your army, because the armies are too big. I actually commended Age of Sigmar, because when they came out, is that most of the points of stuff was quite high, so the armies are relatively small, and I honestly think that Age of Sigmar is like, will be able to be played a lot faster. I don't think you're going to get many chess clock problems in Age of Sigmar. However, the first Bard's Data Slate, they just drop loads of points for everything. The issue is you can't pick... Well, let me bring this up, actually. The issue is you can't pick no clocks and then use clocks later, or vice versa. There are pros and cons to both approaches, but if you try and mix both, you get bigger problems and no solutions. No, I actually totally agree with this, because the problem is adding a chess clock mid-game is that you are penalising both players, because even though one player was probably taking longer than the other, or maybe they're both being relatively slow, you're penalising both players mid-game, which is going to throw them off. It's going to throw them off their battle plans. It's going to throw off the idea of how the game was going in their heads. And now suddenly they've got to rush, you know? Suddenly they've got to crack on because they've only got 5 minutes each or 10 minutes each, you know? And most games these days, they do have to go to the end, because a lot of people have like plans and ways they're going to win that are end games, such as like secret missions, right? There's actually really many years ago, I was at the Warhammer World, Warhammer Fest GT, and a player won on stream because 40k previously, this was like before chess clocks were super popular in 40k as well, because it feels like everything that 40k has done, Age of Sigmar is doing a few years later, and now the big thing is talking about chess clocks, when this was like 4 or 5 years ago for 40k. I know people didn't already use chess clocks in Age of Sigmar, but like highly competitive they definitely were, but widespread they probably weren't, whereas 40k is pretty widespread already. Previous editions of 40k, you scored in the end game, you know? You scored at the end of the game, and famously, on a live stream, an orc player ran their entire army into the middle of the board, but it took them a long time, and there's 3 objectives in the middle, but they moved their entire army to the middle of the board, but they took a long time, and the judge came over and said, you're out of time, that's the end of the game, wherever you're at, that's the end of the game. And obviously the orc player had models all over the 3 objectives because it's endgame scoring, and won the game, you know. It was awful, because obviously the problem is when you don't have like ways to share time or have a game come to a natural conclusion, or just like if you don't have a way that the players can share the time, so both players get the same amount and you have a game end early, there are ways to slow play. Now, it's not quite as egregious as it used to be because we don't really have much end game scoring outside of secret missions. But what you could do, if you really wanted to, is go, well, you've chosen a secret mission, so I'm going to play really slow so you can't score it because you haven't got enough time, physical time, to move your models into a position to score a secret mission. I would never do that, but as an example, if you don't have something that penalizes you for taking the piss, then people will start to take the piss. But if you go, okay, well, you've been playing relatively slowly, each of you, and now you've both got 10 minutes, that's not really fair, because if one person's been taking longer, they've obviously had more time, but there's also not enough time to gather your thoughts for the last 10 minutes to complete the game. Chess clocks are inherently, from the beginning of the game, punish certain types of players, and they can be feels bad if you run out of time and become on death clock, where you can't do anything, you can only roll saves. It is a really bad situation to be in, but they are a bandage of a larger issue that Warhammer takes way too long to play, and days can't get any longer because there is a concept of time that Games Workshop have acknowledged in a rules pack, that there is a concept of time that we have to think about, where one day of Warhammer is 9 hours of playing, and that can't extend. So the only fix, the only real fix, is to make armies smaller or make the game smaller. You know? That's the fix. That's the problem. The problem with chess clocks, or how to get rid of chess clocks and get rid of weird milestones, really, is to make the game smaller. But when you make the game smaller, if you just went, you know what, everyone, we are going to be playing 1,500 point tournaments from tomorrow. Everyone's playing 1,500 points tournaments, you know? The problem is that the game isn't balanced for 1,500 points. It's balanced for 2,000. So the armies just won't function the same, and things will feel extreme compared to other ones, you know. But the problem is that the game feels really weird. There's no real. People have to re-figure out the meta, and eventually it will balance, because Games Workshop will be like, well, everyone plays 1,500, so we'll balance the game for 1,500. But initially it'll be really crazy, and then people just won't want to do that because they won't be a figured out meta, because people love a figured out meta, and most other events, or all other events, actually run 2,000. If I go, you know what, I'm running 1,500 tomorrow, you know, people aren't interested, you know. They want what wargamers both hate change and hate the way things are. You know, they equally hate changing the way things are. If you go, everyone's playing 1,500 from tomorrow, every single tournament in the world is playing 1,500, everybody will be super mad about it. They won't know why, but they'll be really mad about it. There's no, and if you leave it at 2,000 points, everyone's getting death clock, they'll be really mad about it, you know? What if we nerf everything so we still play 2,000 points but it's way less models? That's the thing. That's kind of like, you're kind of doing the same thing as dropping points to 1,500, right? You could go, well, if you drop 1,500 points, from 2,000 to 1,500 points, the meta's not figured out. If every model went up 25%, so you get 25% less of models, you just play 1,500 points. You know? But I understand the sentiment, and I like the idea, but you are just saying, we're playing 1,500 points with extra steps, because we've just put all the models up in points, and now your 2,000 point army is actually what used to be 1,500s, you know? GW won't do that because less models are sold. I don't think they are balancing points on to sell models. I don't believe that. I do believe that they bring out new stuff and they make it cheap because they don't know what it's going to be like, and then it sells loads. But I don't think the sales rep is going over anymore. I'll get into that in a second. I don't think a GW sales rep is going over and actually drop that in points, okay, because we want to sell more. Now, they did do that once in 7th edition. So maybe I should just show up and just say they do. But in 7th edition, I had a friend who played someone who worked at Warhammer World, okay? And we were at Warhammer World at this tournament, and we were talking about Wraith Knights in 7th edition. Wraith Knights were 300 points and insane, okay? They were more insane than they were in 10th edition. But there were 325 points for a Wraith Knight, and people were running five Wraith Knights and like 2 characters, and that was it. Okay. And what happened is they played someone who wrote the Eldar book. Okay, the Eldar Codex at the time. And they said, my friend was playing Wraith Knights at the time. Why are Wraith Knights 300 points? And like the equivalent, Imperial Knights, like 500. And they said they were supposed to be close to 600, but the way that batches of miniatures were made at the time, because Warhammer World wasn't big enough, the factory wasn't big enough, they made things in batches. They didn't make everything all the time. They went, here, we're going to make all this model now, and then this machine is going to go down, and then we're going to make all of this model of this machine, or this group of machines. And they said when the Eldar Codex came out, the Wraith Knights had just come off the press, essentially. They just had a massive restock of Wraith Knights. So they dropped them, but someone came over and told them to drop the points, so they'd sell more. Now, that is an alleged true story. The story I was told, I was definitely told a story like that. Whether that actually happened, I don't know. But I don't think they're doing that anymore. But I was told that, allegedly. Allegedly that happened. I was told that. So maybe they are just going, you know what? You know what, guys? We've worked really hard to balance this game. But know what we could do? We could drop these points so we sell more. I don't think they're doing that wholeheartedly. They might be still doing it unit by unit. Allegedly. Just to remind you. They might still be doing it on individual units, but I don't think they're going the entire game. The entire game is getting like changed in points so we can sell more models. Shit like this makes people think they only make stuff strong to get it to sell. I don't think that's true, because a lot of new stuff that they bring out is usually shit. It's very hit and miss. A lot of new units that come out are a lot of the time just bad. So and especially like we can't really say the releases for this edition, because the releases for this edition has mostly been characters, But essentially, my point is, or probably my final concluding point, is that the chess clocks are a fix or a bandage or a plaster or a band-aid for a larger problem of the game being too big and unwieldy. And Games Workshop can't fix that. They can't fix that problem by going, no, we're not going to use chess clocks, we're going to use milestones, and you're going to get a clocked status. But also, we can't then go, well, that's stupid. What we can do is take a chess clock and put it on someone turn 3 when they've only got 20 minutes left. That's also, that was also the same problem. And it's just like, you're literally between a rock and a hard place when the main problem is the game's too big. And that's the real point, I got told the same story by a staff member, but slightly different. During playtesting, they decided it was underpointed, but were told not to change it. That might be what I've been told as well. It's just, as far as I remember, it's not like they published it and then they were told to bring it back down. Can we start giving you +1 clock points whenever you're late to your live stream? No, please no. What happens if I get 5 clock points? If I get 5 clocked points, I'll gift 5 members. How's that? If I get 5 clocked points, you'll have to keep track. If I get 5 clock points, I'll give 5. I think that's fair. Now I have to speak 5 times faster. I'm going to start a Google Doc. We missed the marble race milestone. Clock +1. We will be doing marbles today. That means you'll be gifted an average 1 membership per stream. True. True. We'll see how long it lasts. We'll see how long it lasts. The use of a clock does not exist other than as a functional last resort to ensure the fair and timely completion of a game at the World Championship. That line makes me laugh so much because they talk about fair and timely completion of a game, but there's a last resort to someone slow playing someone. It doesn't exist as a tool, resource, or rule to be used to achieve in-game advantages. Why you just say that at the start and then go, this is how you use a chess clock. Everybody's using a chess clock every game. You know? They could just delete all of this and go, the chess clock does not exist as a tool, resource, or rule to be used to achieve in-game advantages. The end. All players are strongly encouraged to come prepared to be able to play their games against the allotted milestones and within 4-hour round times, which is obviously 4 hours is fine. I wish all events were 4 hours. That'd be great, but you'd be so bored if you finish in an hour. Time is just a construct. Does it really exist? Has it been FAQ'd yet? With any clock-based rule, however, there exists the potential for a player to attempt to use a clock as a resource to be gamed and deliberately chew up their opponent's time either through subtle or overt means. Also, some games may only trigger a milestone once the game is nearly complete and beyond any risk of going significantly over time. In these and any other cases, judges, especially in consultation with the head judge, Mike Brandt with the self-fellatio, may override any and all of the chess clock policies on a discretionary basis. Such override will always align with the overarching principle of ensuring complete games of Age of Sigmar in alignment with how they were designed to be played. And with respect to overall event schedule, they will also align with the direct intention to disincentivize and prohibit players from attempting to use the clock as a tool for in-game advantages. They just say, you can't gain the clock or we're going to penalise you. You know? What's all this for? We also reserve the right to penalise via time, game points, or wins and losses any player who is caught deliberately attempting to trigger the clock or use an opponent's clock, clock status, or other time element to achieve a win via the means other than the game of Age of Sigmar itself. I had that ages ago, played against knights with my guard, opponent looked to my army for 30 seconds and produced a clock. Honestly though, like, I hate chess clocks, but you just have to use them because there isn't enough time to play the game. I hate using a chess clock, but you just need one. There's no other way to do it. You can't, like, have a 3-hour game and have one person take 2.5, and the other person take half an hour. Can't believe we got a clock FAQ before GTA 6. God damn it. God damn it. But yeah, I hate using the chess clock, but it's just like a necessary evil whilst the game's too big. That's the real, again, that's the real issue, is the game's too big. It takes too long to play. The game takes too long to play, and it just makes you fucking boring to watch as well. It's just boring to watch. Does clock status stack with all his dust? Fuck's sake. For God's sake. Most clocks function by tapping a switch or button on the clock that swaps time from counting down. Do we need to explain what a chess clock is? I suppose technically. Nice. Well done, Brian. The clock should primarily be counting down the time of players' turn it is, with the exceptions for meaningful time expenditures by their opponent for activities such as saving throws, pausing the current play to consider actions like reactions and stratagems, rolling close combat attacks, or similar. Players should not go out their way to completely switch the clock for insignificant time expenditures, especially if the process of switching the clock takes more time than the action in question. For example, if a player must take a single armor save, they should simply quickly efficiently roll a single dice without the need of consuming additional time from both players for the sake of switching the clock. If a player's clock runs out, they must stop all voluntary activities. If they're currently in the middle of a roll or moving a unit, they may finish doing so. From that point forward, the player may only perform activities that happen automatically as a result of the course of play or their opponent's activities. This means they may not do the following: move their models, consolidate models, piling models, declare and roll charges, declare and roll shooting attacks, declare and roll melee attacks, use any reactive strategies or abilities, or any other actions step in the game with the essential rolling saves, including vulnerables and feel no pain/wards. You can tell this is copied over for 40k because they left feel no pain in. Players that no longer have time on the clock continue to draw secondary objectives, battle tactics, and certain tac ops and eligible to score primary and secondary objective points. They may not, however, declare any actions or similar abilities such as those required to score points from a tac op, secondary objective, etc. This is all about Age of Sigmar, by the way. Other than Age of Sigmar itself, does that mean I can play... If I'm only playing Age of Sigmar, I can game the clock in my 40k games? That's the question. That's the question. Can I game the clock by playing Age of Sigmar in my 40k game? When in doubt, all times, please consult a judge before proceeding with the understanding you are not comfortable with. Under most circumstances, a judge will not be able to rule into the past or against a he said, she said scenario. It is always better to ask rather than the after the fact. I'm going to out old world my opponent on the clock. Their stance on clocks highlights why Warhammer takes too long. Yeah. The very casual game takes like 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, but this is a casual game. This is the world championships of Warhammer we're talking about, you know? Everybody here at that event has won a GT. So yeah, that's the drama. That's the drama. These fucking chess clocks are cringe. Games Workshop said chess clocks should be banned, should be illegal. But I think they're just like a necessary evil of a larger problem that Games Workshop writes good games that take too long. Do they have a section that explains what happens if someone pushes the back of the clock down to allow it to be charged? Can you pivot the clock? No, you're not allowed to pivot the clock. It's got to be next to the dice box at all times that you're not using. Chai, if you turn up late to work, are you clocked? Chess clocks are great. I don't really agree, but again, I like I'm saying, I don't think chess clocks are chess clocks are a bandage. They're a band-aid, you know. Like the official leading expert on Warhammer, this is silly. I can say that I presented at a conference. Yeah, your conference was really good. I watched it, Oscar. I was hoping to look at more, but I don't think they've been published. I didn't manage to watch them all at once, but... Does it say that clock needs to be on a base? Oh, imagine like a fucking painted chess clock. That would be so sick. If you had like a base, like a chess clock that looked like a piece of terrain, that'd be so good. Some people always play slow. What about them? Well, obviously that's their problem, right? The point being is, in a perfect world, we just play until the game's done. That's the world you want to be in. You want to play until the game's done. The problem is that can't happen in 3 hours right now. If you had 4 hours to play, it's a lot more likely. If the game was smaller, it's kind of like the same as extending the time. You know? The easiest thing to make the game play within 3 hours is to make the game smaller. It feels like having 4 hours per game instead of 3 would remove 90% of the problem games. Yeah, I think it's the same thing, right? You either make the games 4 hours long, which is too long for a day. Let's say you start at 9. Your first game finishes at what, 1? Okay, you have half an hour. Let's say an hour for lunch, just to keep the maths easy. Your second game finishes at 6. You know? Now you've got to get another game in there. So really, you keep the round times the same, but you make the game physically smaller. Yeah, there's going to be people who can't finish because they're just fucking useless or trying to take ages. But the issue is that the fairest way to make time work is to make the game fit in a reasonable amount of time. It would be 2 games per day. Yeah, but then that's the thing. It's like, that is, again, in a perfect world, that's how World Championships do it, you know? Start on Thursday, 2 games, I think it's 2 games, and then it's 3 games, and then on Sunday you play extra. You play 1 or 3. But you can't run all tournaments from Thursday. One, the cost of it would be insane. Imagine the venue prices are brutal enough. Hiring it for an extra 2 days would be crazy. But then obviously every time you want to go to a tournament, you got to take 2 or 3 days off work. Crazy. In an ideal world, yeah, you just fucking 5-hour rounds. If I was having 2 games a day, it'd be 5-hour rounds. You know, it'd be 1 game at 9 and 1 game at 2. I would say it's practical, that would be ideal. No, I agree, mate. I agree. But you can't really extend the time because the time is a finite thing. The best way is to shrink the game down. But that just won't happen either. So the fix for it, the immediate fix, is using a chess clock. But then Games Workshop spit the dummy out and they're like, we don't like chess clocks. I think it's a knock-on effect of reducing points over and over and having bigger and bigger games. Yes, that is the problem. The reason that you need to shrink the game is because they keep dropping the points on things. Look at an Admech army. It's like 300 models or something. But you can lead that change. Look, bro, I've got a hard enough time selling tickets as is. If I start going, I'm only playing 1,700 points or 1,750 points, it'll be even worse. It'll be even worse. Do you think 11th will be smaller? I think 10th was smaller. They've just made it big instead, you know? 4 rounds instead of 5 or 6. So then you're limiting how many players you can have. Because with only 4 rounds, it's 36 players max if you want a winner, I think. 36, 18, 9, 5, 3. So now less than 36. 30? How about making the board 30 by 45? Yeah, it's just like half the board, almost. Fuck it, YOLO. VIP tournament, 5-hour rounds. Maybe I do that. Like a Warcry board, yeah. Let's put 2,000 points. Is the amount of rules, does it make the game longer? I think the amount of rules due to how much I'm on the board is making it longer. You know? I don't think it's like necessarily the rules itself, but it's like the amount of stuff that you need to consider. How about just flipping a coin and going to the pub? Also, it equally works. But I think if you're in top 8 and you're about to lose and you flip a coin, then and you lose it, you're going to be pretty mad. Four-hour rounds is ideal. Worlds is just stupid for not allowing clocks, I presume you meant. They should just allow in the first place and have a detailed procedure. They literally have the detailed procedure. That's what's wild, is they had this in the rules pack last year as well, you know? They had the same thing. They just went, yeah, fucking no clocks. You got 4 hours to play. And, like, I don't think many people had that problem, but it's still, like, as a preventative measure, that's what the clock's for, you know? What is it buying for a marble? You need to pop up on my things. You need to donate or super chat or give some members. So give some members, Oscar. GW needs a big brain 11th edition. Push to 3,000 points as a standard, but double the points on everything. Again, the problem is the way they balance stuff. They just drop the points. That's the issue, right? We're taking all the reroll abilities way short in the game. Negligibly. Only a bit. I don't think rerolls take as long as you think, guys. I think the problem is you got too many models on the board to fuck about with. But there's less rerolls to this shit. I don't think rerolls take a long time. You know? I think working out which characters can do what to work out how many rerolls you have is the problem. Oscar, thank you for the gifted, bud. Really appreciate it. Can I get an entry for getting third at LGT? Nah. What do you think? What do you want? A participation award? You could have won it. You fucking flumped it. You flumped it, bro. I'm not giving you a participation award. You came home with your head in shame. I'm joking. You did really well. Trolley, thank you for the 5, dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the 5 gifted, mate. That's very kind of you. You got to be on telly again, Angron, except you lost this time, not me. Not like when I invited you and I was like, I'm going to run loads of fucking jump pack Blood Angels when they're shit. And you were like, okay, I'm going to run my 1,000 Suns list that's really sick. I remember. I didn't get a fucking award for coming second in that game. Is there a sprint? Yeah, we're doing double marbles race today. We're doing 2 marbles race. It's time to bring up 2,000 points of armies in 3rd edition. That's a good one. I say good evening, and I say good day, sir. Good day to you, DN stuff. Look at that, a month off 4 years, dude. Holy shit. 4 years next month. Time to become parasocial, mate. Do I have to donate twice? If I say yeah, would you believe me? No, it's just two wins. 2 goes. I think if they would try and bring back the upgrade point tax, would shrink the model count down and see how that works. If they brought upgrade points back, they'd just reduce the cost of models. There's no $5 limit. Yeah, I said a gifted. About radio. There is a $5 limit. Kayari, thank you for the gift. I'd really appreciate it. Shadowson, great point here. Less interrupt mechanics. Leave Overwatch and reactive moves abilities to the end of phase. Yeah, this is how Age of Sigmar do it now. This is how Age of Sigmar do it. Age of Sigmar is I play my entire movement phase, my opponent then reacts. I do my entire shooting phase, my opponent now reacts. I think it plays a lot quicker. I think that's a really good way to do it, because currently, what slows it down is every time you move something, technically you have to be like, you gonna Overwatch? Nah, I'm okay. Move my next unit. Do you want to Overwatch? Nah, I'm okay. You need your name on my screen. Okay. I should be more specific. It needs to be green. How's that? Green or better? But yeah, technically, you could, after every movement, you should check with the opponent that they don't want to react, you know? Whereas in Age of Sigmar, they're just like, the end of the shooting phase, you get to shoot. Oh, but I can't afford twice. You're a professional Warhammer speaker. What's going on? Can't believe you did that. You gave you time for free. Now you won't gift another member. Start move, Overwatch. End of move, Overwatch. End of same move, squad tactics. Yeah. And then you got to roll to see if you get a command point back as well. Gift face, thank you for the gifted, dude. Thank you for the gifted. But now I really want to, because I watched your speech, because if you don't know, chat, if you want to know about Oscar in chat, absolute babe, spoke at the Warhammer conference over the weekend, which was kind of like a joint venture of multiple universities from like England and Europe. I think it was held in, was it Germany? but it was like University of Lincoln was involved as well. There was a Warhammer conference. The only critique I can give it, the only critique is that the conference was all via individual teams calls. And like, as somebody who wanted to just sit and watch it, actually poo. But I did watch Oscars, and I recorded it as well. But it's not like the great... I mean, the presentation is fine, but it's just lots of people with their camera on, which is a bit weird. I think it would have been really good if it was like a live stream. You know? Like multiple... Like, just even streaming the Teams call would have been good. Did you? Yeah, I recorded it all. Because I was gonna... I was there. Hashtag I was there. I was here. Where is it? I've been editing all weekend, so it's deep. I'm going to skip to... You can probably hear it. Oh, that's the second bit I saw recording because there's a funny question at the end, if you remember. You know, I was there, bro. I recorded it. Look. I forgot to change my microphone from my webcam to my good one. Yeah, that was everyone, though. I was there. Look, there it is. Chrome. Looking at all my things on the top. I've got Premiere Pro open because I should be working, but I'm watching a Warhammer conference instead. It was a great talk. It was a great talk. I just wanted to watch the other ones. It was just like a really bad time for me. So I think they're like releasing them, but again, because they're all Teams calls, it's a bit like awkward. But maybe I'll watch them and do like a roundup, which might be quite cool. Boo, Keeler. Yeah, it's a really interesting. I thought what Oscar brought to the table was really interesting. The long and short of it, chat. When it comes out, I definitely recommend watching it. But it was the in Horus Rising, all the women, all three of the women in Horus Rising mentioned are all frail, beautiful women. And then all the blokes, all 50 odd Space Marine characters mentioned are all big burly men who are really cool and epic. And it's really interesting. I thought it was really fascinating. I never really... I know, obviously, like, Warhammer inherently, especially back then, was a real big problem for, like, representation and just actually utilizing characters as people, rather than just fucking the frail beauty of the woman and the big, cool, burly man who's really cool and epic. I know it's really bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad until someone, yeah, there's three women characters that are all frail beauties, and he's like, oh, bleh. It was good. It was good. When it's out, I'll share it in the Discord. And I definitely recommend you watch it. It was only like 20 minutes as well. Oscar got really to the point and did really well with it. So it was great. Dan Abner is obsessed in women in bodysuits. It's quite distracting. Yeah, it's very... It just makes you a bit like... It's just like, what the fuck? Like you're a doll. See, I was there and I was listening. That's two things I don't normally do. You got me doing both, Oscar, bro. You got me doing both. I was there and I was listening. Isn't there one in Manchester? A Warhammer conference in Manchester. I will go to that. A great compliment, to be fair. Yeah, because normally I'm fucking useless. So you definitely got me. You got me hooked. Nick, I need more information on the conference in Manchester. Oh, I've got my fucking keyboard off. Are you be in Manchester? Yeah. The one in Manchester is a talk, not a conference. The Warhammer Conference Manchester, Ribble Rumble 2024. Element game. What's the Ribble Rumble? What a funny name for a tournament. I presume it's a tournament. Ribble Rumble. What is it? It's the Ribble Warriors' 30th birthday. Epic Games. We got Co, Meg, A Song of Ice and Fire, 40k, and War Machine. That's Kings of War. What's Meg? Why is it element? This isn't the talk, by the way. It's just I just googled Warhammer conference and it came up the Ribble Rumble. Terrible SEO. Let's have a look. Games Workshop Research Day Manchester. You know, if I had a nickel for every time there was an academic event about Warhammer, I'd have 2 nickels within 1 month. Within 3 weeks of each other. Manchester Game Centre, please announce a Symposium. Symposium. That's what I said. That's what I said, chat. Symposium. Occasion at which people have great knowledge meet in order to discuss a matter of interest. How come I wasn't invited? Dedicated to Games Workshop's Games of Fiction. Join us at the International Anthony Burgess Foundation in Manchester for a day of talks and gaming that will cover Black Library's fictions, transmedia in Warhammer 40,000, ancient Egypt in Warhammer Old World, and, well, it's fucking obvious, that one, isn't it? I wonder what they're going to talk about. The dead guys. You're not an academic. It says someone who's symposium, a symposium, and I'm symposium. I have great knowledge of particular subjects. I'll talk about the clock status. You're invited because you can't say symposium without Google Translate. Actually, it's Google pronounce, okay? It's not even a thing, it's just pronunciation.
Symposium.
Symposium. The event free is open to everyone, but they don't invite me. Places are limited. Miko Maryland, plastic crack and 50 shelves of fray. The pile of shame phenomenon in miniaturing. Paul Wake Blood Bowl, a cultural history. Jenny Cromwell, Tomb Kings, Necrons, and Horus. Games Workshop use of ancient Egyptian imagery. That'll be really interesting. Symposiums are the best. Transmedia world building in Warhammer 40,000. Mark Gascoigne, the Black Library, and then gaming. Oh, sick! Gaming from 2. I'm so in. Wait, that's only 2 hours 45. We can't play a full game of Warhammer. I hope someone's bringing a chess clock. I hope someone's bringing a chess clock for that time. There's only 2 hours 45 to play a full game. Jenny Cromwell is a reader in ancient history at MMU, specializing in ancient Egyptian history. Increasingly, her research focuses on reception of ancient Egypt in games, both analog and digital, and what this says about popular understanding of Egyptian history. Interesting. Mark Gascoigne. I feel like I know that person. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. As head of Black Library Publishing, he established a fiction wing of Fantasy Giant Games Workshop before going on to launch science fiction fantasy imprint Angry Robot at HarperCollins. Anyways, for Asmodee now. Interesting. If your seminar goes over time, you get clock +4. Interesting. I kind of want to go. Thursday the 17th. What am I doing? Chat, what am I doing on Thursday the 17th? Gascoigne is the boss in Blood Bowl. Father Gascoigne. Shall I go to Father Gascoigne? Please don't clock me. I'm late. Streaming. I'm going to stream it. Should I go an IRL stream at a academic talk? I'm tempted to go. What am I doing on the 17th? Is that next week or the week after? What I am doing next week is I'm collabing with Mr. Winters SEO. Next week, we're supposed to be doing a battle report together in the studio, up here in the north. I think that's happening. I think it's on the 9th or the 16th. It might be on the 16th. I can't remember. I wrote it down somewhere. What's the media rules? Can I go on an IRL stream, do you think? His life advice was great. Yeah, it was. Yeah, we're doing a collab. We had a chat afterwards because I've not spoken to Winters in ages. And then I randomly phoned him. And he was like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, bro, I'm live. And he was like, oh, hello, my name's Winters SEO. And then he phoned me afterwards. He was like, oh, it was really cool to chat. So we're going to collab next week. I think I invited him to come record a game, but I might just stream it rather than recording it. I might just live stream it and record it. You know, in the middle of, maybe on like a Wednesday afternoon. Because he can't really do Friday nights because it's a long drive for him. So I think we might just like play a game in the afternoon. I think that'd be fun. Maybe I'll go. Fuck it, I'll book some tickets now. Yo, Andy, thanks for the gift, bud. Why am I general admission 2, not 1? $619 was annoying me. I think more people should get annoyed and get us up to $630. Do you think $620 is cringe? Cool. I'm going to the day. There we go. Boys' day out. I'll find out if I can stream when I get there. Now, if I record this, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Right, boys, I'm live. Don't let nobody send a TTS. You know, say about 620, it's 200 more than 420. It's also 200 less than 820. Cringe. We need to get 669. That's the next goal. Yeah, why not? Bam. Right, chat, let's start setting up for the marbles race. We've got 2 marbles race to do. We're going to have 2 winners tonight. We're going to do 2 races. But I do need a few minutes to set it up. So if you've got any questions you want to ask me, now's the time to ask. Now's the time to ask me something. Because I'm just going to set up the marbles race. We've got Merc. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who's your favorite Iron Hands character? The dead one. I meant serious questions, Elliot. Serious questions. What I will say is if you want to support the channel, now's the time. Because if you have gifted a membership, become a member yourself. Or super chatted with a green. If you've super chatted with a green, you'll be entered to the marbles race as well. If you want to see all the terms and conditions, exclamation point T's and C's in chat. We're going to do 2 marbles race. We also have a WhatsApp group for the parasocial and higher. If you want to really support the channel, we have a parasocial group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The parasocial group is a behind-the-scenes WhatsApp group where you get to chat to me about all things, anything. It's turned into a bit of a just a hangout. There's some Warhammer talk, but it's mostly just a really fun hangout. And then I share set stuff. So I was sharing whips of the Gabriel conversion that I did in there nice and early. Is that your natural hair colour? Kinda. The front is, the back isn't. Can you have me a Space Wolf list? Yes. 18 Thunderwolves. No, 12 Thunderwolves. And then 15 Wolfen. And then some Infiltrators. Done. Have you seen my email? Yeah, I just need to get back to you, but I'll sort you out, mate. Don't worry. Did you enjoy Kill Team? I really did enjoy Kill Team, actually. Kill Team was really fun. It's definitely got me interested in playing a little bit more.
Super chat £10.
Yo, papaya, thank you for the 10, dude. Yeah, I think the Parasocial Club's really good. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed Kill Team. I thought it was a really fun game. Obviously, we're both playing, we're both new. Which is obviously makes a big difference. If I was playing like some professional, I'd probably get my arse handed to me. But the actual game of Kill Team was really enjoyable. Then we got Oscar. And then we've got Trolling with 5. How do you tie it with boxing gloves on? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, bro? Have you tried Soval on Steam? SOVL? It's a roguelike Warhammer Fantasy battle game. Very Warhammer Fantasy and how it plays. It does have AIR, but the guy can't afford artists. It's free to play and well worth the price. It's free to play and well worth the price. I don't know what SOVL is. There's a lot of words there that I don't understand. It's very Warhammer Fantasy Battle. It does have AIR because you can't afford it. It's free to play and well worth the price. My yellow doesn't count. Yeah, that's better than green's. Yellow's better than green, bro. No Thunderwolves. Don't write a Space Wolf list without Thunderwolves. Was it a chill game on stream? I think it worked quite well on stream, actually, because it was a lot smaller, which meant it was like you could get, because of the cameras we've got, you could get like really up close as well, which was nice. But yeah, I think it worked really well. I had fun. It wasn't like super popular in terms of numbers, but me and Big C enjoyed it, which is like half the battle, right? Andy and then Papaya. Still waiting for my parasocial invite. Still waiting for one membership, Elliot. Still waiting for that. Where's your badge, Elliot? The wait for those kill team indexes is killing me. I just want to pick a team and do some of the co-op / PvE stuff. I am interested to try the PvE stuff as well. Yeah, the PvE. I kind of had a look at it because I was tempted to try that out for the first stream, but it confused me, so I didn't. But I'm definitely interested in trying that one out because that sounds like it'd be fun. Necromunda stream when? I've tried Necromunda in the past. I wasn't a huge fan. That mercenary Q guy in the Parade Social. Parasocial is sure annoying. Yeah, true. Fix drones. Drone cringe. Imagine if you hit that drone, you would have won. The stream just fanned the flames on the kill team hype. I was really chuffed with that the game was super close for our first game. Our game off stream was like brutal because Big C just ran into all my melter guns and then forgot they were there and then they just kept killing stuff. But yeah, the second game we had, the proper full game we had on stream, was really cool. It's really, really cool. I kind of wish I recorded it so I could get it edited down. Anyway, chat, we have a marbles race to do. We have a marbles race today. We just need a track to choose. We've got 43 people in. I have the Storm. That's a quick one. Only a minute long, but we are doing 2. That could be crazy. Really enjoy Kill Team personally. Great game and also a really good excuse to kit bash without going bankrupt. Yeah, that's true. It's nice that they include all the base sizes, which is like the main thing. Marble Factory or Marble Mill or Mountain Pass. Let's do Mountain Pass. We'll do a long one and then we'll do a short one. 49, I think it was. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone. It's been fun this evening. It's been great. But now it's time for the big race. Wait, what? Where's my music gone? Where's my music gone? My music's gone. Anyway, this is what you're playing for. Not that one, not that track. This is all the prizes we're playing for today. Let me find it. Has my music been taken down? Pay for premium. I do have premium. It says it right there. Bro, it says it right there. Has it been? Has the original one been taken down? It's there. What? What was that? Anyway, let's try again, shall we? Fucking hell. Let's go, baby! We've got 1 race. We've got 2 to do. So good luck, everybody. Thank you for all the support. Really appreciate it. Maybe we'll get 1,000 members one day, but not today. But what we do have is 2 marbles race. So here goes. Race number 1. Let's go! Okay, this is the track. The Mountain Pass. 49 enter. Only 1 can come first. First of all, you are the coin. You are the coin in the slot machine. Look at Merc go up all the way to the top with Papa Pariah very close behind. And a few more. And trolling. And Merc coming down on the other side very quickly. Looks like Merc's going to be the first one out. Followed by Papaya Pariah. Then Big C. And then the whole mess. It's like Mario Kart. Someone throw a blue shell already. Jesus Christ. So Merc got quite the lead. Papaya Pariah just fell off the track. Not a great... That's not the way you're supposed to go. Looks like Lambo, Dadbod, Trolling, and Jamartin all fell off as well. With Merc taking a clear lead right at the front over here. Might get crushed by a rock. Might not get crushed by a rock. Jamartin and Merc taking the lead nice and early. Look how far ahead... Oh. No, he's not good. Look how far ahead he is compared to all of this. All of this shit. Who's at the back? Jake? Right at the back. Terrible. Terrible. Now, look. We've got this slow snow. We've got the slow snow slowing everybody down. Well, Merc is taking a huge lead. He said all 3 of him were in the lead. I think he just jumped the track. He fell off and skipped a bit. Unlike Jake, who fell off and just died. But then Big C has also skipped a bit. Big C taking the lead, going away way ahead of Merc. And Merc fell off! Merc fell off! It's Big C's game to lose now. Holy shit, he made it through the snowflake so fast. He made it straight through. Jamartin, nowhere to be seen, and everyone else still stuck over there. Big C, make it through the rocks. Come on, Jamartin's catching up. Come on, Big C, get through, no! Come on, go. He's stuck. He's stuck on the rocks. Jamartin pushes him through. Who's going to make it first? Nobody knows. Nobody knows who's going to make it first. Jamartin, it's got stuck. Well done, Jamartin. You just won. Congratulations, dude. You finally won a marbles race. Congratulations. Big C and Merc and Dadbot all following just behind. Very close. Big C broke all the rocks for Jamartin to push past him and take the win. Congratulations. Congratulations. Jamartin, you did win. You did win, bud. Best of luck, sir. Best of luck. You've just won a Hellstorm Wargaming dice tray. Congratulations. Oh, I was going to grab one, but I think they're downstairs. You've just won a Super All-Stars dice tray as made by Hellstorm Wargaming. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. Oh, excuse me. I think I left that on. Yeah, I did. A fucking another prize to the Netherlands. Jesus Christ. Hopefully this one should be a little bit cheaper. Congratulations, Jamati. You just won yourself a dice tray with a race time of 2 minutes 20. Congratulations to everyone who made it, and unlucky to all you fuckers who fell off. L plus ratio, you fell off. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. DNF. Actual cringe. Right, okay. I did say there's going to be another one. So, good luck, everybody. We got a random track coming up. What we got? We got the Bongo Boogie. Oh, shit. There's a jump on this one. So, same again. 49 races. And let's go. Here we go. Holy shit. Look at them go so fast. Mick taking the lead, but Papaya and Mick controlling. Oh, my God. It's too close to call. Who's going to make it over this jump? Who's going to die first? Who's going to be the first one to fall off? It looks like Papaya. Oh, trolling. Doink, doink, doink. They've all made... Oh, Papaya and Jamati fell off. Never mind, Jamati. He did just win. Never mind, mate. Justice? Can you make it, bro? Well done, Justice. Great job. Here we go. Okay. We got Dadbod and Papaya and Trolling Cleaner in the lead. We've got another jump coming up. No pressure. Trolling Cleaner taking a huge lead. Don't fall. Oh, never mind. Papaya. Oh, they made it. Is anyone else going to fall? Don't fall off. Don't fall off, everyone. It's really embarrassing. It looks like most people are making it. Can they all make it? They did all make it. Who's in the lead now? We've still got Papaya. Oh, Mick, Gitface, Lambo, Trolling. Oh my God, everyone's dead. Oh my God. It looks like the Papaya sweep. The Papaya sweep in top 3. So many people fell off then. It's on the postcard. All right, mate. Well done, Papaya. Papaya, are you still there, dude? Are you still there, King? You have just won. Well done to Papaya, Merc, Radio, Andy, Trolling. But to everyone else who didn't finish, oh my God, there's so many of you. Oh my God, there's so many of you. Actual cringe. Spin! Time for a spin, Papaya. Best of luck, my friend! Well done, you just want to go to Comeback Cards, the Parasocial Suite. Oh well, Jamati's not parasocial, so. Solo in the podium, surely we have 2 prizes. Look, bro, I've only got so many prizes to go. But Papaya, you just want a code for Combat Cards, which will unlock you some free extra stuff in the app, Combat Cards, which is free to play. Let me read it to you. Build a powerful army of cards on your favorite faction in the Warhammer 40,000 universe and battle other players in fast-paced, turn-based online combat. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war via cards. You'll unlock 10 copies of Abaddon the Despoiler, the Supreme Commander, 400 Chaos cards, 40,000 coins, and 10,000 plasma. Non-papaya should win 1-2. So you just want all that. If you don't play combat cards, I think it's free to play. Just don't spend any money on it, mate. Just because it's free stuff. I just swap sacks to you without paying for it. Well, you have to message me on Discord to claim the prize. I'm afraid. But chat, that's it for today. Congratulations, everybody, to all of our winners. And thank you for all the gifted memberships and all the super chats. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed our discussion on chess clocks. I thought it was very insightful. I thought it was a very balanced approach to a larger problem. And to everyone who came in and didn't looked at the title and got mad, stay mad. Anyway, chat, I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you all. I'll be back Wednesday for the morning news. If you haven't already, please go watch my video. Please go watch my brand new video that came out today. It's a great video. I think it's really cool. And I'm going to leave a link in the description, in the chat now. I think you might have got it, because I just spammed the entire chat. AI cringe on Wednesday. Always AI cringe. I'm going to try not to dox myself this time. But thank you so much for watching. And hopefully, I did the wrong hand in my mouse. It is a good video. I agree. Midwinter Minis. Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I appreciate you. Bye-bye. Bye. He's zooming out. He's zoning out to a 90s song. It's so 90s. It's hilarious. Bye.